I just need one clarification. What meeting number it is? I'm sorry for that.
42.
42, right? Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the last meeting of 2022. Welcome to meeting.
41.
Sorry?
41.
41. Okay. Welcome to meeting number 41 of All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club. This is the last meeting wherein we are going to welcome, and we are already welcoming the holiday season. As you can see, the lovely backgrounds that we have, wherein we are all ready to welcome Christmas and the New Year's. So with this, I'm just going to quickly ask around and give an answer in 10 seconds, or probably just one word. Not even 10 seconds, one word. What is your New Year resolution when it comes to Toastmasters? So we will start with Arvind.
Continue to share my experience. Share
Thank
experience.
Thank you. Phalgunan?
Complete my DTM by April, May.
Very nice. Girija?
Consistency.
Girija is like, the club will get DCP. Okay, so Nirrmala?
Complete my DTM this year,
Amazing.
the coming year. Yes.
Great. Jai? Jai seems muted. All right, so I think probably he's not on the system. So for me, consistency in attending the meetings for 2023, and I hope to get back. All right, with this, please ensure a few basic rules and regulations. If you're not talking, please ensure that your speaker is always on mute. In case if you need to move around, then you can turn off your camera, or if you're eating or drinking something. But by far, please try and be on camera as far as possible. Please do not speak in between when a speaker is on the stage. Please ensure that you hand over the stage properly to the next speaker as you would have received from him or her while speaking. With this, please give a huge round of applause to our Santa Claus in the room, Girija Deshpande. Over to you, presiding officer.
I call the meeting to order. Dear Toastmasters, it has been a fantastic experience to 2022, and I'm sure that as we are stepping into 2023 together today, Sapna told us what is the one pledge that you will take with respect to Toastmasters. So we have all committed ourselves to something, and I'm looking forward to 2 DTMs. That is so very wonderful, and I'm looking forward to clapping and acknowledging and recognizing them very soon. Looking forward to that. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Jai. Jai is actually today the Toastmaster in 2 clubs, and I look forward to wow, lovely.
Let me set it. Once again, good evening to all of you, and thank you very much to join us to make this meeting happen. Thank you. With this, let us start. But before we start, someone told me whenever you have to start to speak, you have to engage the audience with some facts or figures. Let me ask one question as a hook for my speech for the audience. How many of you know Saint Nicholas? Is anyone who knows Saint Nicholas? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, please tell me. So you are mute.
Saint Nicholas is actually Santa Claus.
Perfect. Thank you. So, dear Sapna, your answer is same?
I didn't know, but I heard the word in some movies. Now that Arvind said, I got excited.
Oh, wow. Perfect. Let me add few more facts and figure in this one. Santa Claus is nowhere connect to the Saint Nicholas or this Christmas. This is one, what is a cartoon or character. Sorry, the right word is the character that made by the company Coca-Cola. Actually, that Santa Claus was the branding brand ambassador for this Coca-Cola at that time. And it was so popular. Most of the people forget about the Saint Nicholas and then started this Santa Claus on the Christmas. Because as you all know, in our Western countries, winter vacations are most prominent than any other season. And at that time, this Santa Claus from the Coca-Cola industry came into the picture. And even today, if you ask anyone, most of the people will say the almost the same answer. And there is nothing wrong in this one. So I hope this one line or two line added knowledge in your thing. So thank you very much. So now I did my job perfectly by engaging the audience, and with this, let me proceed. Now the next thing is, they, like the Western countries, celebrated this winter vacation. They are spending time with their family, relatives, or friends. Why they have selected this 20 December or 25th December? Any idea why they are doing this?
It coincides with certain other festivals that they had, pagan festivals, and they did not mind winter festivals. So they said, let's have it together so that we can have vacations, families can stay together. Because it is
Perfect.
estimated that December 25th was actually the birthday of Jesus Christ.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much for your wonderful opinions and the pointers. Now let me add few more points in it. December end or the beginning of the January, this is the coldest days where no one can step out from their home. No one is able to travel to their offices. Then a part of that, what else they can do? They have no choice to spend their time with their family only. And I hope you have already heard one news running in the news channels and digital media. US is facing a cyclone and the temperature is minus 40 degree right now. It's like a bomb exploded there. So forget about to step out from your home. If you are still inside, then you will face the challenges. And that's the reason they have decided, let's celebrate from 20 December till first week of December. Because in my 10 years of experience with German industries, no one is working in this period. And we can never expect we can find them online. It's impossible. And if someone try to call, they will kill you. Definitely they will fire you. How can you disturb my vacation, Jay? It's not possible. So this is the way they are celebrating their Christmas. Few things because of the weather conditions and all. Now let's add one more point. Let's go back into the history. And then now you are the king or queen. Every day I'm working for you. Day and night I'm available for you. Now one day I'm coming to you and asking you, hey, I'm fully exhausted. I need leave. Will you allow me? Chances very low because no one was aware a person, a slave or your servant could need a leave also. It's not possible. But what happened if that servant is like a Toastmaster and could put the same request in a different package? I see. My God is waiting for me. I want to do some religious practices. Will you allow me? Then is there any option to deny the request? And they have connected this with some religious facts now and they have got it. So that is the way how the members are communicating, how the people are communicating. Some wants to take the leave from the office. Someone want to spend a time with your families, and whoever is denying, they are having a different flavor. But the result is seen, and every day we are enjoying it. And that definitely happen at the year end because that is the time the best time to spend with us. We worked really hard for a long year and we need to rejuvenate ourselves. With this, let's go ahead. Today, I'm not sure our grammarian is here. Let me check.
I'm very much here.
Nirrmala is there.
Oh
Toastmaster Jai.
yeah, Nirrmala is here. Thank you. So for the tag team, now we have only T and G, so we can neglect this A column out of this. So for the timer, we have Toastmaster Phalgunan. So Toastmaster Phalgunan, would you like to explain your role?
As the timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For prepared speeches, for today's speech, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. When the speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I shall display the green screen. When the speaker reaches the midpoint of the speech, I shall display the yellow screen. And when the speaker reaches the maximum time allotted, I shall display the red screen. There shall be a grace time of 30 seconds on either sides. And we also have the evaluations. I shall share the timing guidelines at that point of time. I shall share my timing report when called for. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Chair.
Perfect. Thank you, Toastmaster Phalgunan. Now I would like to call on a stage Toastmaster Nirrmala Mennon, our language evaluator, our grammarian. Please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. As the language evaluator, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening very carefully to their language usage. I will make note of any misuses of the language, as well as record usages of outstanding words, quotes, or phrases. As the language evaluator, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. And for today's meeting, the word of the day is express, which means to put thoughts into words, the sentence example of which is he can express himself eloquently. I will each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day in their respective speeches and role plays. I will mention the word of the day and its sentence usage in the chat for convenient usage in speeches and role plays. I will give the word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called for. Over to you, Toastmaster Jay.
Thank you. Like every meeting, today we don't have the table topic session because our table topic master is missing today, Toastmaster Akshay. However, let us try to utilize this time best of our capabilities. Our first session will be for the prepared speeches and second session will be for the evaluation. In between this, we will try to engage with each and everyone to share the knowledge, to update each and everyone's facts and figures bank. Let's go ahead with this. Now I would like to call our lead coach, Distinguished Toastmaster Sapna Ohri, to share the objectives of the speech.
Thank you so much for that, Toastmaster of the day. Our speaker for the day today is going to attempt Project 3 from Level 1 of Engaging Humor Path. The objectives of this particular project are: the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. Timer may note timing is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish the speaker all the very best. I hand it back over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, lead coach Sapna Ohri. With this, let me call our speaker number 1, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, for the speech path engaging humor level 1 project 3 title two sides of the same coin. Two sides of the same coin. Toastmaster Girija.
Girija is on mute, and can we please have Girija on spotlight if possible, because I think she's the only one who's the host.
Okay, I'll make some.
Can you make me co-host? I can
Yes,
then
I'll do
spotlight.
that. I'll do that. Yes. Yes, Sapna. Done. I need to see the timer. I can see now. Yes. Do I start? Yes. Dear Toastmasters, there are two sides to every coin. I realized that very recently. One of my friends, Rahul, he calls up frequently, and my sister happened to be there, and she inquired, who's Rahul? So I said, he's a friend of mine, and she inquired about what does he do, and then she came to know that he's a bachelor and in his 50s. He said, in his 50s and not yet married? You must ask him why he has not got married. I said, why should I? Why will I ask a person, why is he happy? So she said, what is this? I could understand that she thought that something is cure here. Then one day, Rahul by himself opened up and he said, Girija, let me share with you some of my experiences that happened while I advertised for in a matrimonial to get married. Very funny experiences. And when he said funny, there was no fun in that voice. So I said, sure, Rahul, you have the time? Of course, yes. Then he says, I received a call. I pick up and the girl on the other side says, I'm Sapna and I want to speak to Rahul. I saw your matrimonial advertisement. I said, of course, here, Rahul. She says, you see, I'm Sapna and I'm 45 and it is because I have been looking for a mature person, you see, that is why there is delay. I understood that somehow she was trying to express why there was a delay in her marriage. I said, that was not necessary. I thought to myself. And I said, anyway, if you're 45, you cannot expect to marry somebody in your tempestuous 20s, right? So I just try to put her at ease. It's all right, ma'am. These things happen in life. So how do we go about it? Can we meet today at 7 o'clock in my uncle's restaurant? I'll book a table for us. I thought to myself, what a proactive lady. So wonderful. I was very happy. Then I said, of course. I went to the restaurant at 7 o'clock and the waiter comes to the door and he says, Rahulji, yes, that corner table is booked for you. I looked at the corner and I was so shocked. There was a huge table and there were people of all shapes and sizes, all ages seated there. With trepidation, I just walked over there. And it was Christmas season. I wanted to make everything very lively. So I put the Christmas cap on. And when I went over there, because of my trepidation, I began to perspire. I took off my cap and I took my seat where they put me there. And then the lady from there, she came and snatched the bouquet from my hands. And she said, I am Sapna. I had called you. Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you, ma'am. And I sat down. And immediately, I felt a tug at my head. I looked back and a man said, she said, you're in your 50s. You seem to have good hair. I thought to myself, this big burly man has such a huge mustache. If I were to pull it, then what would he say? But the thought of it, probably I smiled. So the person in front of me started saying, oh, you seem to have good teeth too. And instinctively my hands went to my mouth. Oh God, are they going to test my mouth? Then I felt like saying, see, I'm in my 50s, but I was not born in the 50s. However, the talks went on. Sapna's mother said, see, you can see here, we have come with all relatives. At least you could have brought your parents. I could have brought my parents, but my mom is no more and father stays with my brother in Chennai. He's married. Oh, so your mother is no more. I was stunned. She was openly expressing her happiness. I asked her, what else can I say to make you more happy, ma'am? She said, you are a chartered accountant. You must be living in a huge house. Then her Sapna's sisters got up and said, Mom, wait. Let him talk. So I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't live in a huge house. I live in a 2-bedroom hall kitchen, about 700 square feet. That's it. Oh, there was disappointment. And Sapna's sister said, it doesn't matter, Mom. It is a huge heart that matters, isn't it? And then she made me feel at ease. And then immediately, Sapna's uncle said, I'm Swapna's uncle, mother's brother. You stay alone, so you must be a good cooker. So I had the temptation to correct him. I'm not a cooker. I am a cook. And then I realized I'm not even a cook. I'm a chartered accountant. So I said, sir, I'm a good cook. So what do you want to know? What kind of things do you cook? I cook very good dishes, sir. All kinds of dishes. Mughlai, Chinese. Oh, Swapna, you got the man of your Swapna. Everybody started shouting at Sapna, and I realized that she was feeling embarrassed. Then when the food arrived, luckily they moved us to the next table. Just two of us seated, and I saw that Sapna was just looking down and looking elsewhere. I thought, oh, that is so rare and lovely. These days, who is so shy? And then I looked at her, and then I said, Sapna, you can feel comfortable talking to me. And I think you're looking at the other table. Come on, let's talk now. Then Sapna says, no, it's not that, you see. Marriage is like ordering food at a restaurant. And you order food, whatever you have asked for arrives, but still you look at the next table and you wish you had ordered that. I just said, excuse me. I went to the washroom to wash my hands, and then I decided I'm not returning back to the table. I came back. So I wanted to ease in his mood. I said, it's all right, Rahul. People just crack jokes like that. See, one day I told my husband, look at our neighbor. Whenever he goes to office, every day he kisses his wife and tells her goodbye and leaves, not absent-mindedly like you do. So why don't you also follow that? My husband looked at me and said, I hardly know her. How can you do that? So that is how life is. So he said, Girija, then I think your husband should meet Sapna. They both will make a good pair. It is at that point that I realized that every coin has two sides. There may be humor in a situation, but there is also sorrow at heart. A person may smile, but may be weeping from within. I just remember Charles Lamb saying that you walk in the rain so that people don't see your tears. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Girija, to express your emotions in such a wonderful way. Amazing one. Thank you. With this, let's proceed in the meeting. But there is a legacy for our all elite advanced Toastmaster club. We have to deliver a table topic and then we are getting the feedback. And I remember when I joined this club, that was one of the reason that is only available in this advanced club. So with this thought and definitely with all of your permission, can we play a small table topic session in the same manner? Thank you. Okay. I have put one order in which I will give one topic to Phalgunan and the next one, the Nirrmala will do the evaluation. Then Phalgunan will give the topic to Nirrmala and Sapna will do the evaluation. Is this clear to all of you? The reason being, I got the guideline from the top management. We have to keep short this meeting. So that's the reason I don't want, we have to ask, hey, who want to do the evaluation for this senior member? With this, Toastma Phalgunan, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the topic for you is my most embarrassing moment in my Christmas party. My most embarrassing moment in one of my Christmas parties. Over to you.
Yeah. If I recollect, I had only memorable and pleasant memories of a Christmas party. And what I remember is one of my Catholic friends inviting me for a Christmas feast. And that is, I think that was almost 10 years back. And that for me is the most memorable experience, where we had wine and all the other delicacies. It was a fabulous experience. Embarrassing, luckily for me, I didn't have any embarrassing experience. And for me to express something which is embarrassing on a Christmas day, no. It's always happy and great experiences. And even if I want to cook something and tell a story, it can be for a secret Santa game, but where I gave a gift and that person received it in a very negative manner. But that's not been the case, and all the memories of Christmas has been fabulous for me. Thank you, and back to you.
Yes, Toastmaster Nirmala, you have to do the evaluation, and
Thank you.
Phalgunan, you have to give the topic to her.
Thank you,
As we
Toastmaster Jai. I cannot come on screen since I'm operating from the hospital. So I request your excuse me there. Having said that, Phalgunan, the topic was what is your not unpleasant memory during during a Christmas party, to which Phalgunan came saying that he did not experience any unpleasant memories, which is good, which is fine, because that is what he has experienced, only pleasant memories. What I would have liked to know is what they did during that time. How did they really enjoy that particular, when he went to the Christian friend's place, when he was invited for the Christmas party? What is it something that they did that brought a smile to their face, which is something that he remembers to date? So those few instances could have added value to the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Jay.
Yeah, Toastmaster Phalgunan, you have to give the topic to her.
If you were a Santa Claus, what would be your gift to the poor children?
Thank you, Toastmaster Phalgunan. A very beautiful topic, and something that has been at the back of my mind for a long time. I always have this desire, which I will definitely fulfill, that I want to educate 2 boys and 2 girls from their first to their 10th. This is a dream. It's part of my dream. You could call it dream book, or this is something I want to do, and uh, will be doing so in the near future. So if I'm a Santa Claus, definitely I would give them the gift of education. Food, all these things can come with it, but that is something that the daily needs, of course, that also has to be met. For if they need to study and come to that level, this also has to be part of what I would have given them. But as a gift, education is something that we would have less poor children moving forward, and that is what I want to see. I don't like to see a child suffering. That is something I can see many things, but not a child suffering. So this is something unique, which would make them stand on their own feet, moving on, make them support their family, make them help other children, passing the kindness and passing this particular uh, uh, it's not a favor, but it's I would be it would be a very big thing for me that I could do this for them. I would be grateful that they would be giving me this honor of serving them, basically. And they take it moving forward, they take it and help other children in need, and hopefully we have a wonderful world that we will live in moving forward. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Jay.
I have to give a feedback, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Nirmala, for sharing such a beautiful thought. I think gift of education is the biggest gift you can give to anybody. I really loved the emotion, loved the thought, and it was so pure, and you were so articulative about it. I think one thing which I would have wanted to learn more is why and how did this thought even came to you? What was the reason behind? Because everything has a reason. So what was it? What was the major reason for you to think that you want to help 2 girls and 2 boys getting educated from first to 10? But I think overall it's a noble thought and a beautiful one, and I hope that you get to do it soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nirrmala, you have to give the topic to Sapna.
Toastmaster Sapna, if you had to invite all the Toastmasters of All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club for a Christmas party at your home, what are the dishes you would be preparing for us?
Oh, all right. It's one of the amazing topics. My mom is sitting right next to me and she knows I cannot cook much. Okay. I am like a survivor cook. So I can cook Maggie, I can cook pasta, but the rest of the stuff I can't. But I can do Swiggy and Zomato since there are a lot of discounts. So what I'm going to do is, if I'm going to invite all of you, which I would one day, I hope so, I'm going to ask all of you, I'm going to send that message the way we send it to our VJs, or like, one message. So your name, your preference, veg or non-veg, one dish you would love to eat, and any preference for beverage. And I'm going to collect all of that data and ensure that I order on Swiggy or Zomato. And so that I don't have to cook when we all get together, but we can just sit, eat, enjoy our time and just eat our favorite food. So that's the best that I'm going to do for everyone. That's about it. I think I hand it back over to Jai. I didn't even finish a 1 minute. Phalgunan, I think forgot about it.
No, it's 56 seconds.
Damn.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
earlier one I didn't do it. But, that's fine. Today's a fun meeting. That's fine.
Yeah.
Correct. So Toastmaster Arvind, please go ahead.
Thank you, Jai. Sapna, you were asked what was the dishes that you would serve, and you were very candid in saying, I do not know how to cook, and these are the only things that I could. You could have turned the table and you could have said, let's have potluck. You get one and come. Each of you could get a dish and come, and we could all sit and enjoy. I'll give you the warmth of my house in Amritsar during this season. And you could have expressed yourself in that way. I think that would have been better rather than saying, I don't know to cook and all that. So, certain things need to be kept under the hat.
Agreed. I agree. I think I could have also asked, right, Arvind, that what I could have gathered the data and I could have said, why don't you make this dish and get, so that everybody cooks for the other and they don't know who did it.
Yeah.
Like a secret cook, right?
Secret
On a
Santa.
secret Santa.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So, Arvind, your topic. Have you ever played Secret Santa?
No.
Okay.
From that
So if you-
generation, we didn't have. We actually played Santas and all that, but we didn't play Secret Santa.
Okay. So now moving to the same topic that Nirrmala gave to me, right? You all are gathered in my house and we are celebrating Christmas. And you have to get a gift for all of us. So quickly, what is it that you're going to gift to all of us? It can be tangible or intangible. That's perfectly fine. But what is it that you're going to give all of us?
I would first understand who the friends are, who are the guests that are going to come in, or who are my friends.
5.
Just the 5 of us?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, excluding you, just the 5 of us who are
Just the
here.
5 of us are going to come in. All right.
Yeah.
So if I know very clearly, or I assume I know, then I think Jai and Nirrmala and Girija as well as Phalgunan are teetotalers. So I would probably get some wonderful, what's it called? It's not called a cocktail, but it's a mocktail. Going with the theme or with the month that we have and the celebrations that we are going to have in aid of whatever it is. So the mocktail, maybe 2 or 3, because others would like to taste it. I would get a couple of mocktails with us, and also something to munch to go along with that. And for you and for me, we'd stick with vodka. Both of us, it's your house and I'm the person getting the stuff. So both of us have to keep warm and warm the whole atmosphere whilst they're having the mocktails. And you know that we do it very well when we do it at the conference in my room, where the number of the room is advertised all over. Well, that's how I would like to express and mention respond to what you have asked me. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Arvind. Thank you, Arvind, for all this. So now we are very much clear for the beverages, where we have to go, and for the, what is a
Drinks.
dinner? Yeah, party where we have to go. So let's call both together so that we can have everything on our table. Apart of that, let's go for the evaluation. I really
No,
like
Arvind has to
how,
give you.
sorry,
No, he has to give,
He has to evaluate, Jay has to evaluate Arvind.
and then I give him the topic.
Oh, sorry.
correct. It's fine. Okay, thank you. So first thing which I really like, you are very much candid. I know these members. So mocktail is the best one. Might be they are not taking the alcohols. So you are very much clear about for the selection of the gifts. And definitely I will prefer mocktail. I never drink. Since I'm married, you can understand definitely. So this is really the nice thing which I liked. And one more thing. So if you just give someone only a drink without chakna, or let us say something else, then how we can enjoy it? You could add few more items in this one. So I will be ready with mocktails and pizza or masala dosa, whatever you think. So the combination so that we can have our lunch or dinner complete party with all with you. So that was the only thought which came in my mind, because just drinking will not work. With this, let's go ahead. And topic for you is,
No, I have to give you your topic.
yeah, sorry, you have to give me the topic.
If you were to play Santa Claus and your reindeer had a terrible cold and couldn't come to your rescue, how would you do your job?
Perfect. Actually, a few days back, when I was doing all this planning to deliver the gifts to Toastmaster Phalgunan, Girija, everywhere across the globe, at that time, I got to know my friend is not feeling well. He's in hospital, and definitely one of our team member is also supporting what we can do best. Then I decided why I can't follow the same process which our district director is following. Let's book the gifts for everyone online. Now I have collected the addresses. I have already booked. And fantastic thing which I did, I pasted a stamp cash on delivery on it. But this is this is the gift, and how can I took the charge? So that is just a joke and a small sentence star. This is a joke only. I already paid for this. Enjoy that one. And that way, I will definitely manage this thing with some online experiences from our district director, and definitely the support from other team members. That's my way to do this job. Thank you, and over to you. Yeah, to some final, you have to give the.
I was not focused.
Okay,
Okay, the time.
Never mind. Never mind. Jay, you give him the topic. Let's go forward.
sure.
I have done the topic for twice.
Oh, finish.
He already done.
Then
He
finish.
has
Let's close.
started it.
Yeah,
So
let's
that,
close. Let's
yeah.
close.
Okay. So with this, thank you very much to give me the opportunity to play this small table topic session. With this, let me call our general evaluator to take this meeting ahead. So general evaluator, Toastmaster Arvind Nair, please go ahead.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. And as a general evaluator, it will be my task to to look at how the meeting started, progressed, and express what could be done better. We will start with the evaluation of the prepared speech now. For an evaluation, we will have the lead evaluator who will take we will have a lead evaluator, we will have a content evaluator, and we will have a delivery evaluator. Each of us would have 2 minutes to present our evaluation, and we will begin. Let me invite Toastmaster Sapna Ohri, the lead evaluator.
Thank you so much for that, General Evaluator. I would request our delivery coach, Phalgunan, to please deliver his evaluation for the speech.
Thank you, lead coach Sapna. A wonderful speech which had a lot of opportunity of body language and also voice modulation and humor. However, where the objective was of utilization of body language, sitting and delivering the speech definitely restricted the movement. You're standing? No, you're nodding. You're standing?
Yes,
Okay.
that is why I closed the TV and went there and stood there, and I moved also.
Oh,
yes.
okay. It appeared as if you're...
Yeah, the whole thing, yeah.
And hardly your fingers, when you're speaking also, it was only seen till this much. So your hand gestures was also not so very visible.
Oh, okay.
Maybe with the standing itself, you could move and maybe you can stay a bit behind. Then you
I
get
always
too
stand
close.
nowadays because, that's what I learned. So that is why just before my speech, I put off the video, went there. And after my speech, again, I put off the video and came and sat.
Gotcha. Maybe you were too close to the camera. That's
I
why
think
it
that
felt
to be.
like...
Absolutely.
And also there were role plays, there were opportunities where there were characters. So I felt that the voice modulation could have been different. Okay, so you had the same voice that was used where you were speaking from the other person's side as well. So there can be different quality of voice, pitch and tone that can be used. And especially the emotions that were being expressed, that could come the facial expressions also, it can come with, so that would add to the impact of the speech. I felt it was more of speaking, and also there can be an element of pause which can be utilized in a better manner. It was continuous speaking which reduces the impact of the speech. So these were some of the main observations that I had. So overall, to summarize, if you were standing, so you can be standing behind, whereby your hands and at least the upper body can be seen very clearly, so that your hand gestures and everything is visible. And also one more observation is when you were talking about a character, then you used to look up. So rather than you can look sideways. So again, that is another observation when you were doing the role play or talking about someone else was along with you. These are the improvement areas. If you would utilize and you would incorporate, it will definitely take your speech to the next level. Thank you. And back to you, lead coach.
Thank you so much for that, Phalgunan. I now move on to our content coach, distinguished Toastmaster Arvind, to deliver his evaluation.
Thank you, Sapna. You had a wonderful story to narrate. You had a character, Rahul, and a little description of Rahul was given in the content. He said that you said he was 50 and not married, was looking for a bride, and then had advertised and there was a sprinkling of humor, since that's part of your project. Why is he happy is one, and then can I tug his mustache is another one, and then you said cooker and cook is wonderfully said, and you also said, then why don't you take my husband and let him meet Sapna? So those were wonderful things that you brought out the humor as part of your project. You had too many characters in your We have to remember very clearly that when we are talking about a story or a narration, we must have minimum characters, because what happens is, see, there wasn't any necessity, I felt, to bring in the mother and Sapna's sisters into it, or to show that, there's a large family. You could have also said that she was looking at the other table to see what they had ordered. So the other table could have been another couple. They need not happen to have been the whole family coming to see the boy. Always remember, you have only 5 to 7 minutes, and you have to display vocal variety, emotions, pause, all those sort of things. So it's best to have maximum 3 where you can change your voice. The other thing is, don't say he said, we said, she said, he said. Change your voice so that we could understand who is saying what. That is what I felt. And you said Sapna's sisters were there. You could have named them. When you give a name to the person, then it becomes more authentic. So I wish you could have reduced the number of characters and express them better without actually saying who said it, and that would have helped you. Over to you. Thank you, and over to you, Sapna.
Thank you so much for that, content coach. I will now move on to my evaluation for the speech. So the purpose statement of this particular project was only 2: use vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. Since everything has already been covered, Girija, I'll just come straight to the point. I really like the way, you have a thought process, and you wanted to probably bring in that thought process, the 2 sides of the same coin, which I guess was missing. Why am I not getting into the body language or the use of vocal varieties? Because it's already been covered, and we know that that is an area of improvement for this particular project. However, I felt that you have a lot to say, and 5 to 7 minutes is always a lesser time for you as a speaker, specifically in this particular speech, wherein the point that you wanted to make, the 2 sides of the same coin, I couldn't get to that. I couldn't understand the point. It was a story that started, and then it just went on the same level. There was no climax, there was no high, there was no low. Now, since probably what I would request you to do going forward is that to write down your speeches and get a mentor who can look at your speech, with whom you can discuss your thought process, so that even when you have to narrate, right, as our delivery coach has already informed you, that you could have had a proper usage of the stage. You had a character Rahul, you had a character Sapna, you had a lot of other characters, right? In order to use the stage or that dialogue even between the two, which can help you to do voice modulation, you need to start writing down your speeches and getting a mentor who can help you to understand the thought process and get you that particular scene. So any narration, or for that matter, any dialogue delivery that happens between 2 people, it's always a scene that you're enacting. And how is that scene going to help you with the message that you want to deliver, whether it is to motivate your members or to persuade your audiences, is important. In all of this case, I would request if you can go back and you can rework on your speech writing specifically, and work with a mentor so that you can get who can help you to achieve the purpose, because neither the body language nor the vocal variety was there for all of us. And since it's a humorous path for you, engaging humor, the humor was completely missing. So I would request that, if my only suggestion to you will be to actually start to get a mentor who can help you in your entire speech, and who can guide you whether you are able to meet the objectives even before you deliver a speech. That's about it. I hand it back over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Sapna.
Before I do that, General Evaluator, sorry, just 1 second. You have 30 seconds, Girija, for a rebuttal. You're on mute.
Thank you. Just explaining few of the things, like he was saying, we were, Phalgunan, when you explained, you said that you could probably look sideways and not look up. Since I'm seated and somebody is standing behind me and pulling my hair, standing next to me, and so I'm looking up. And then I did look back for the seat where it is for the corner. So that's what I was doing. So probably it has to come out more clearly, but this is what you are seated and then you're looking at people around you who are crowding all around you and talking. So you're looking up. So that's what it was. It was in my mind. Probably it didn't come through. And secondly, yes, Arvind pointed out lot of the various effects of humor that came out. And then when you spoke, Sapna, you said that humor was absolutely missing. So I find there is a lot of gap in the feedback that I'm receiving. So that is one more thing. And definitely, like you said, I would take a mentor and find out how I can improve the body language, changing the voices especially. I have to work on that, I guess, get it. So I will definitely work on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Just to add on to that, when I said humor for me, it was missing is why? Because you did have humorous punchlines, but you did not give time to me to absorb that humor. So for me, that humor is missing.
Okay, I
And
got it.
obviously, and if I have to look at it as from an international speech ballot, then obviously, probably Arvind might give you, a marks on the humor, but I will not, because you did not pause for me at all and I couldn't absorb the humor at all.
Right. So that is why Phalgunan said there should be more pauses. Now I get
Correct.
it. And also,
Yeah.
you were another thing that another lesson that I take back is you said that what was the two sides of the same coin? You did not get it. So what I
Correct.
wanted to convey is Rahul is sitting there and he expects that she will appreciate the fact that he is there, and he says marriage is like dinner. You order food and whatever you order comes, and you don't appreciate whatever is there on the table. You always want what the neighbor has. So when I said I'm looking at my neighbor and I'm appreciating him for what he does, and I'm telling my husband that why don't you do like he does? He always, and then my husband's response is still more funny. He says, but I cannot kiss her because I do not know her. I'm expecting him to do that with me, not with her. Right? So like you said, the idea didn't sink in, probably because I didn't give the time. So how do I deliver it so that the punchline will sink in? That is what I need to learn.
Yeah,
That
I think
is
you're
two sides of
writing
the
400
same coin.
to
Like that, there
500
is no humor there because there was so much of sadness in Rahul that at the end, even though he said it in a very funny way, that okay, so I just didn't meet her, I came out. But and then finally when he said that your husband should have married Swapna, there was so much of sadness. That's what it is. I tried to make it light, but he didn't see the humor there. For him, it was sad.
Girija, what was your speech word count?
Pardon me?
What was your word count of the speech?
Yeah.
Word count was 650.
You have to get down to 400, 450 max. You have to cut it short to 200, because the kind of speaker you are, if you have to get pauses and all this enactment, you have to cut it short. Any 5 to 7 minute speech should not be beyond 450 words.
Okay, definitely. I'll work on that. Yes, because generally we think, okay, 120 words per minute, right? 100 words per minute at least you will think. So that is how it is. But now, like you said, there has to be some drama, there has to be body language, there has to be looking out here and there, all these things, and voice modulation. So sitting, standing probably. So I will have to consider that. I'll definitely work on this. Yes. Thank you. Because humor is something very difficult for me. So that is why I've been working on this.
I'll tell you one more thing, Girija. You focus more on speaking. Rather, you absorb all the inputs,
Right.
put it down. That will give you better results.
Absolutely.
Need not justify or explain. Just absorb.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Over to you, General Evaluator.
I think Nirrmala wants to say something. She's put up her hands, probably feedback. Yes.
Yeah, Nirrmala.
Yeah, the thing is, can I give my grammar evaluation, grammatical evaluation?
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
to
go
go and
ahead.
feed my mother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with your permission.
Yeah, sure. We've come to that.
It's up to your commitment. Yeah, we all, I think, appreciate. Mother is hospitalized and still from hospital, you're doing it. So thanks a lot, Nirrmala.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, General Evaluator Arvind. Today, it seems everyone is in a holiday mood. Hence, I've captured few sentences and words. I present my language evaluation starting with the good usages. Toastmaster Girija, when he said funny, there was no fun in his voice. That was something I liked the way you said it. tug his mustache. I'm not a cooker, I'm a cook. I'm not even a cook, I'm a chartered accountant. That was something that I liked. You walk in the rains so that people don't see your tears. Charlie Chaplin, it's such an effective sentence, quote. You do not appreciate what your table has, but appreciate what is on the other table. That's something else that I liked. Toastmaster Jay, there is a legacy in Toastmasters. Toastmaster Sapna, I like the way you have a thought process. And it is a scene that you are enacting. And the word humorous punchline, the words humorous punchline. Toastmaster Phalgunan, there should be more pauses in your speeches, which adds value. Toastmaster Arvind, you had a wonderful story to narrate. I like the way you say the word narrate. And another word is another sentences is sprinkling of humor. These are some of the the good usages that I've captured. Just one wrong usage. Toastmaster Girija, the word then was used frequently in the speech. And many times it came through like a filler word that can be avoided, especially in those long sentences that you use in speeches. That is one feedback for you. Word of the day was used by Toastmaster Girija, Toastmaster Arvind. I don't know if Toastmaster Jai, Sapna, and Phalgunan have used it. If you have used it, my bad. I have not captured it. And that is my report, grammarian's report. Over to you, Toastmaster Arvind.
Thank you very much, Nirrmala. And you can take leave now.
Thank you. Thank you. And Merry Christmas.
And a
Have
Happy New Year
wonderful
to you.
and a Happy
Merry
New
Christmas
Year.
and Happy New Year.
Right.
Thank you to you and your mother as well.
You're welcome on screen at least. Bye. Thank you.
Oh, let's take a group photograph then. Then hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone with the heart symbol, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Got it. One more. Something else will be. Yeah, expressions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Merry
Good night.
Christmas and Happy New Year, Nirrmala. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Good day.
And now we come to the general evaluation. Timer, can you? I think we're all within the time limit today. It's festive season, so we're all within the time limit. Yes, the meeting did start on time. Did we start on time?
No.
We did start on time. That's
7:50.
okay. Yeah, we started late. It was nearly 7:42 or so when we started. Yeah, and then Sergeant at Arms went asking everybody things, consistency rules, etc. Passed it on to the presiding officer. A short note from the presiding officer handed over to the Toastmaster of the day, who was actually Santa Claus today. Wonderful information that you ferreted from wherever and told us who St. Nicholas is and how he came out of a Coca-Cola bottle. That was great. Timer Phalgunan, you took up the role and played it well as even the evaluations were done well. Nirrmala gave a wonderful word of the day, and we've already heard a report, which is good. There was only one speech today, and then we had the lead evaluator and all the evaluators evaluating. I think by and large, the meeting went off well, and I must say, Jai, on the spur of the moment, you gave us a Christmas gift, I must say, by being a Toastmaster of the day, wrapped up in a table topic master, and give us little gifts that we could take back, talk, laugh, and cherish at this meeting, though we didn't have a table topic master. Great job done. And I think as an advanced club, we are advancing in our ways that we make the meeting more humorous and informative. That's my evaluation for today. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator What a wonderful evaluation. After a long time, you have given so many commendation and hold your horses for the recommendation point of view. So thank you very much for your this nice gift, definitely. So now it's 8:42 and the time is to close the meeting because already 15 minutes we have extended and presiding officer clearly said it should be a short meeting. So I will not take your more time and let me give the control back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Jai. You're always ever ready, so enthusiastic and giving. So you epitomize the spirit of Christmas for me. So thank you so much for being here today. And I would say the same about Phalgunan, Arvind, Sapna. All of you take your time and do so many roles at every meeting just because you are interested in chiseling out the future of people and make them better human beings, more capable and more confident. Thank you so much for that contribution. I would like to close with this note of gratitude because that is what is going to keep me happy and keep us all happy and together throughout next year. Look forward to a beautiful year ahead. Since we will not be meeting before New Year, let me all wish you a very happy New Year too. Thank you for being here for the meeting, and I adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. We also want to wish you each and everyone a very happy Christmas,
Christmas.
and New Year. Thank you.
Bye.
Merry Christmas,
2022.
everybody.
Happy
Happy
Christmas.
You don't